So end of week 2 demolition, and just going to take some photos from inside, or some video from inside the building here, and kind of walk through it a little bit. So this front part of the building, this is where the offices were, and we had to, well, there was tile floor there, and we had to, it was not coming up, and there was 2 inches or an inch plus of some sort of grout or something underneath the tile that was not coming up smoothly, so we had to just rip out the floor entirely. You can see where the water meter comes up. Our water service is right in the middle of the building, so that needs to be relocated just to the inside of that outside wall right there where it comes into the building. And the saw cutters are pretty busy this week, so this is where the bathrooms are going to go. One on either side of this hole that's right in the middle. Then we're going to have a water fountain right outside there, or a sink rather. The 3 big holes you see there, that's where our bulkheads are going to sit. So that's where they're going to run all the electric underground, all the drains underground, and our pits are going to be in the ground there. Some problems that we've discovered: we have multiple levels of concrete in here, so we have to bring everything up 4 inches. But then also there used to be an oil change thing in the ground right here, and there's actually there's a brick or a cinder block foundation piece, and I believe these 2 metal things are where the car's tires would sit, I think, and that's where they would change oil in, like underneath the car there. They could walk down and change oil there. Well, that's right where our trough has got to go. So I don't know, and so we got to dig down. We're gonna have to knock that wall out, and well, that's gonna cost more money. So the other thing is, where this extension is, there's supposed to be a floor drain that we're going to add there, and you can see that foundation. It's a really noisy corner here. That foundation extends exactly where we would be putting that floor drain, so I don't know if we're just going to have to cut another spot and move the floor drain, or just abandon that floor drain altogether. Water heaters and some storage back there will be... Okay, so I'm just going to kind of walk you through the outside a little bit. We're going to be taking that fence down, but you can see right now that building is completely open. All the roofing is taken off of that facade. We have to build a parapet on the roof, so we're going to put a new roof on this building, 2 new HVAC units. We'll go up there. We have a Spancrete roof, which is extremely strong, but we have to cut holes in it, so there'll be some saw cutting for that. This kind of disaster on the edge of the parking lot here is where our landscaping beds have to go. Per code, we have to do a landscaping and screening plan. We had to rip out some old curbs here, so they just kind of busted all that up. We're going to pour a new, like a 5-foot curb there, with some ramps where the doors are, built into the concrete. And our front parking lot, we got a ton of parking here. It's just a disaster. We found, as we're breaking up this asphalt, we found concrete underneath that, so now we have to have that saw cut. And this is all going to be landscape beds, that whole out to that sign, and all the way to where that other sign is on the street. And then up against this apartment building, we have to have arborvitaes planted to kind of block everything from there. So I'll get the building from this angle. It looks worse before it looks better. We're going to have a fence around the property really soon, and we're going to be boarding up all these openings.